We got to explain to them what kind of Muslim we are. Well, if I'm in Mecca, why you got to ask me? I'm in Mecca. You ask me what kind of Muslim I am. I'm making Hajj. I came to say labbaik Allahumma labbaik. I'm here. I'm a believer, inshallah. You know, so again, I go back, brother, to I think that it's important for us to recognize the role that media has played in portraying Islam as a religion of a certain ethnic community.
Umar, you have another question?
Yeah, no. I mean, we're still talking about Islam and African American Muslims and Muslims in general now. I see that especially in the society here that the formative years of our children is their youth.
Yes.
You know, and most of their values and things which they learn, they spend most of their time in school. You know, so I just want to ask you about the importance of Muslim schools and why people really, if they plan on raising a Muslim child to be a good Muslim man or Muslim woman, why it's important that they seek out and create, and even if they have to have schools in people's houses, create Muslim schools to create an environment for Muslim children to learn the secular subjects as well as Islam.
My response may seem like a contradiction in what I'm about to say. I believe Muslims in America must take their rightful place, brother, and we should claim these public schools. You see, brothers and sisters in the listening audience, when we build our own schools, we take on a serious economic burden, and we underpay and undermine our teachers in terms of salaries and compensation. I'm saying that I believe Muslims, like other ethnic groups in America, they take over public institutions and they demand that the curriculum being taught is in the interest of the students that go there. If you go to Chinatown in New York City, they got Chinese teachers and Chinese all over the wall. If you go to certain ethnic communities in New York City, those classrooms and those teachers, the curriculum is catering to those students that are there. I think Muslims in America need to understand you have a right to utilize these public institutions that are the taxpayers' dollars, and we are taxpayers, that just like every other religious and ethnic community, we have a right, brother, to utilize public facilities and share the culture of Islam with our children. Now, we should also have private schools. But the majority of Muslim kids in America will not make it to private Islamic schools because they can't afford it. So we have to have multiple approaches to the same challenge. However, I'm against Muslims having Muslim schools where we forget about the other kids in the community who are not Muslim. The objective of Islam is to educate the masses of the people, Muslim or non-Muslim. So if we build Muslim schools, and we should keep our doors open for the general public. And those Muslim countries that are out there who have the resources, instead of just sending us dates and books, they need to start sending us some money. And we can take the money right through the State Department and make sure it's all clear and there's no terrorism attached to it, whatever the president's concern is. That's not a problem. But those who have the capability to help us build schools and provide scholarships for our people to become doctors, lawyers, and engineers, and scientists, and become builders of civilization, which is the calling of the Muslim community, to show the people, not just tell them, but to show them. I would love to see a Muslim school where we have 5,000 students and more than half are non-Muslim. And I would love for us to take control of the politics in our community, because it is through the political process, brother, that we are able to control the institutions. And there are different people in America who are using the public schools today to indoctrinate our children with a doctrine that is contrary to what we represent, and we need to oppose that.
But yeah, let me just ask you another question, because you know that's there's a lofty goals which you spoke of there.
Yes.
But you know, I mean, it goes back to another issue, because you know Muslims, even in the city here like Philadelphia, the Muslims are living all over the city, you know.
Yes.
You know, I mean, like you talk about Chinatown. Those people live in that neighborhood where that school's at, you know.
Yes.
And the people who take over public schools is because before they did that, they took over the neighborhood. And that's why they can have Muslim shops and Muslim businesses and write Chinese on the wall, because that's all that lived there. Is it important for the Muslims, wherever they live, to try to